How's it going, guys? Jordan Smith from those Not So Super Dudes here to talk about that Fantastic Four teaser trailer. So I really wanted to talk about this because there was so many things that I really enjoyed about this trailer that you don't see in a lot of other Marvel projects. The big thing noticing is that, of course, it's set in a different universe. We're set in the 1960s, where the Fantastic Four are already established. They've already been heroes in this retro, futuristic New York City, which I think is the best way to go about doing this if you're going to bring in a family, like the first family, and especially bring it into a world where there's already so much established and all this other continuity that we've been dealing with for the last 15 years. What better way to bring this family in than bring them in through an alternate universe? So as you go through the trailer, you see different things. You see pieces of the skyline that you don't, that aren't in our 616 Earth. You kind of see the Baxter Building, which looks amazing. And it's I think it's supposed to be kind of like what if the Fantastic Four took over the Avengers Tower instead of the Avengers. And it's looking like the Avengers might not even be in this universe, but also, again, it's set in the 1960s, so we could be way ahead of our time here. One of my favorite things about the way this looks is just the aesthetic of it all. Everything is so comic book accurate, and I know a lot of fans have had a problem the past couple of days with the way that the Thing looks, played by Eben Moss-Bachrach, and I think he looks amazing. I mean, it's so comic book accurate, it's crazy. So we get a shot of him doing stuff in the kitchen. You got Herbie, which I was just so excited to see Herbie. But you also see Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby playing their respective roles as Reed Richards and Susan Storm. Joseph Quinn looks amazing. Unfortunately, you don't get a lot from him in this trailer, at least vocally. But he's got the blonde hair, which is comic book accurate. And it's just the way Vanessa Kirby uses her abilities, really uses light refraction and everything, and using it to make herself invisible and to use her powers as a defensive mechanism and stuff like that, it looks so cool. Again, so comic book accurate. You get shots of John Malkovich, and it's hard to tell who he's going to be playing. I've heard a lot of people say the Mole Man. I've heard a couple other characters, but nothing has been revealed about him yet, so we'll see where that goes. And then we get all these other things. You get the Fantastic Car, like I said, you got Herbie. You get just all these really cool things, and even the posters. I mean, they look like Alex Ross poster. They look like the cover of Alex Ross comics and everything. So if you're not familiar with Alex Ross, his style is just super realistic to the point where it's I don't know how the hell he does it. I really don't. But I mean, look at these. They are just so cool. I'll share my theory with you guys, and as to what I think is going to happen, just based off everything we've seen in the trailer. We see Reed at a board, and it looks like he's either discovered or created a portal to another dimension. And then, of course, we get, the shadow figure of Galactus, comic accurate Galactus. When I say this thing is just so fucking comic accurate that it blows my mind, it's crazy. It's so awesome. And I mean, this shot alone, a buddy of mine said this was pretty much his shot of for the year, as he waits for the movie. So what I think is going to happen is that Galactus is going to show up, of course, along with the Silver Surfer, and the Fantastic Four is going to do everything they possibly can to save their world. I think they're going to fail. I think Galactus is going to consume their world, and the Fantastic Four are going to have to escape through the portal or a rift in the multiverse, and that's how they're going to end up in Earth 616, and where they're going to be with everybody else. So I really do think that's how we're going to get that. I think I don't know if it's going to be the only time we get a comic book accurate Galactus like this, but the fact that they're giving it to us in this movie says a lot. And while I know a lot of people are not a big fan of the past few films, I mean the Chris Evans ones I personally feel are pretty solid. They're funny, they're comedic. I mean, he plays an amazing Johnny Storm. I think everybody really pulls it off. I mean, Michael Chiklis just looks cool doing his thing. They're not bad. They're not terrible. The 2015 one, there are aspects of it that I really do enjoy. And I know it's not for everybody. It does take a bit of a turn towards the end, and you can kind of tell where like a lot of the rewrites were done. So, I mean, that's, it just was what it was. Definitely not one I would recommend, but there are aspects of it that are really good. I was asked yesterday by a friend, pitch to me why Fantastic Four is going to be a good movie. Why is it worth watching compared to like the last few? Well, a lot of it I just said. The fact that it's so comic accurate in just detail, like vision alone, is insane. I mean, the Thing looks amazing. I mean, the suits look absolutely incredible. The way the world is built is amazing. The trail cam follow as like Human Torch is kind of zipping through New York and everything looks astounding. It's just, I think it's going to hold up better than the last few movies did. And I just think that because we're going into a world where they're already established, I think is going to be really, really cool and something we haven't seen a lot of. And you can look at this movie and tell that it's something completely different. Like, it doesn't have the same feel as the rest of the MCU. Like, you can look at like Thunderbolts and Captain America Brave New World, and that has that MCU feel to it. Whereas Fantastic Four First Steps doesn't. It's very different, and it looks like it's going to be unlike any other Marvel project. The only one that I can compare it to, funnily enough, was directed by the same director as Fantastic Four, Matt Shakman, is WandaVision, and he directed all 9 episodes of that. He's also directed 5 episodes of Psych. Oh God, I looked up his IMDb the other day, and there was just like numerous things. He's done a lot, but a lot of stuff that I really enjoy. So, and the fact alone that he did WandaVision and that turned out so awesome, I have absolute faith in this movie. Just this teaser trailer alone has really gotten me so excited, and I was already pretty excited, but this put this up there as probably one of my most anticipated movies of the year. So, lots of really cool things. I'm very curious to find out how you guys, enjoyed the teaser trailer, and if you didn't, tell me why. I know a lot of people are going to have a hard time, again, still, with the Thing's overall look, and in some aspects I can understand, like, it looks a little odd, but I think it's beautiful, and I think it's going to come off great, and, we're still kind of dealing with, Ben Grimm dealing with the fact that he is the Thing, even though he's a superhero and he's done his thing for who knows how long they've been heroes. But you still see him still struggling a little bit. So I think that's pretty cool that you still get that vibe and everything. I'm excited to just see what other characters they potentially throw in here and see who John Malkovich is really playing. And I think it's going to be really, really awesome. If you guys are looking for any comics to read to get yourselves ready for it, I mean, there's a bunch of them out there. Fantastic Four has been around for a really, really long time. So go out there and find what you can, but highly recommend, of course, Fantastic Four #1, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee bringing the team together for the first time. And then you've got the John Byrne run, I believe from the 1980s, and a more recent run from Ryan North. I think it was released 3 years ago, 2022. But I think you're going to get aspects of each of those stories in this comic, and it really just to help you kind of get more familiar with these characters and the stories and everything. So go check those out. And if you guys are looking for more information, I'm going to put links from some of the people that I've gained information from and people that I go watch when I need to know something. So yeah, I'll put links down in there. But thank you guys so much for watching again. Let me know what you thought of the Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer. I'm very excited to see what other stuff we get before the movie comes out. And yeah, we got Captain America coming in like a week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and talk to you again soon.